Hello, everyone, and welcome to Immigration Live with Lee. I am your host, Attorney Lee Marvin, and I'm here today for Monday, January 26th of 2026 to talk about immigration like I do every week, talk about news, talk about processes, talk about trends, answer questions. Lots of questions that are coming out about a lot of different things related to immigration. Very big things, as everybody who's watching this broadcast already knows. There's a lot of negative things that are happening right now, and we're trying to adapt to the changing environment. We do everything we can to help our clients and whoever else needs help. It's not always easy, but that is why I'm here and why I do these live sessions. The first bit of information that I wanted to talk about tonight, before I get to that, I wanted to ask those of you who are joining to please let me know where you're joining me from, so I can give a shout out to you, and also so I get a better sense of the people that might need help from me, or the sorts of issues that are trending across the country and the world. So I'm able to help people anywhere on the planet. Grenada, thank you for joining us from Grenada. And I know that you are a regular follower and joiner, and I appreciate that very much. Joining from I'm sorry. Okay, here we go. There we go. From Grenada, joining from YouTube. So thank you. A friend joining from Michigan. I love friends from Michigan. That is, of course, where my main office is located. I do have the ability to help people from anywhere because of the nature of immigration law and the way things are going. People everywhere need help. So Kevin in Seattle, thank you, Kevin, for joining in Seattle. A different time zone for sure, but I'm glad that you're joining me this evening. I appreciate it. If you have any questions, as always, post your questions in the comment section. If you're joining from Instagram, YouTube, or from Facebook, please go ahead and put your comments in the comment section so I can get to them. First thing I wanted to talk about is a question that a lot of people are asking me about, what's related to the 75 country pause, and what it means and whether it applies to certain processes. Okay. The 75 country pause, if you already have heard of it, I'm sure you have. It relates to individuals who are from one of those 75 countries that I'm not going to mention, but it is listed on my website. There's links in my social media too. So check that out. But basically, it relates to immigrant visas. So those who are seeking a green card, basically. If you're seeking a green card from one of those 75 countries, then the pause applies to you. What is the pause really about? The pause is about the government not approving the request, but allowing the process to go all the way through the end. So not approving means they're not going to issue the green card currently. They're going to review the request, and then they will make a determination of whether they give it or not. But it's immigrant visas, so the green cards. Big question is K-1 visas, which are very closely tied to immigrant visas. Is that affected by this pause? And the good answer is no, it is not. So this pause does not apply to the fiance visa or the K-1 visa. If you later on are moving forward with the green card request, it will apply to that. But I'm telling clients, we're seeing clients go all the way through to their interviews. They have good interviews, and it's just waiting for the government to basically approve that request. That is the political thing, but you can do a whole lot. I mean, it could take 10 months to a year before you even get to that point. So my recommendation is absolutely to move forward and just wait until the government is able to approve it. Okay. So don't stop, because that's what they want you to do. Okay. They can pause, but move forward. That is the key to this. Okay. So, with that, I've got some questions on Instagram I want to get to. Um, okay, one second. I thought I saw someone on here I want to say hi to, but I don't see them here. Again, if you're joining, welcome, and please let me know who you're joining, where you're joining me from. And as always, subscribe so that you can get notified of other important videos as I release them. This information is only valuable if you are able to use it. And if you don't know about it, you can't use it. So don't forget to subscribe as well. Okay. So here's a question on Instagram. Um, this family has an interview scheduled for the 25th of February. This is Sweenor, F. Sweenor, 25th of February, but I still have a master, okay, hearing in October. So do you think this can be a bad thing? Can they arrest me? Okay, so the question is, you have next month, you have an interview scheduled inside the United States, but you have an immigration court hearing scheduled for at the end of the year in October. Can this be a bad thing? Can they arrest? It depends on your history, I would say, because if there's violations that are severe enough, they could possibly arrest. But the thing is, they kind of already did that, which is why you're in the immigration court system. So it's unlikely that they will detain you at your interview if you already are under the jurisdiction of the court as well. Stuff is a little bit confusing these days because the government is changing how they view and interpret things. They are changing their tactics all the time. I don't think that you are going to have to worry about them detaining you because you already have that case with the court. Okay, so I would say it's probably pretty safe to go to that interview, but it depends on the facts of your underlying case and really what your defense is going to be in immigration court. Okay, so hopefully that helps you. There's a couple more questions I'm going to get. Okay, the interviews for the I-130. Okay, the interesting thing is, Sweenor, is I'm glad you pointed that out and answered me and told me that it was I-130 because they are doing a lot more of the interviews for the I-130s. They never did that before. And 14 years I've been doing this. They didn't interview for I-130s. They interview for the green card, and well, they kind of lumped them together, where you went to your interview for the green card, and they would ask you questions about your relationship, but they usually didn't do those separately. They're doing that now, so that is happening a lot more. I would say that chances are very good that you will just do your interview. They hopefully will approve that I-130 because then that can help you in your immigration court case. So good luck to you with that, okay? Okay, so, okay. Okay, I'm going to get to this Instagram question here in a second. First of all, I want to come over to my YouTube family. Let's see here. Okay, here's a question. Greetings, U.S. citizen petitioning a spouse for the I-130 process. Is processing until now. Processing time says 17 months. It has been 15 months. Now, what can we do if it exceeds 17 months? Nothing. You can't do a darn thing. If it goes beyond the 17 months, that just means it's taken immigration longer to get to you. You have no right to push them. You can inquire, but you're still 2 months before that. So I wouldn't worry at this point. They could change the time that they say that it's going to take, but you really have no control or influence. Okay, you can always ask, but immigration is going to follow their numbers, how many visas they have, and how long it takes them to schedule interviews. And you just kind of have to take it, right? You can't control it, okay? Let's see here. Okay, 1 second here. And again, don't forget to let me know where you're joining from tonight, okay? I keep saying it, and I see, well, no one else is volunteering that information, but it sure is helpful to me. And also the reminder to subscribe to my channel, whether it's YouTube preferably, because that's where most of the information is put. All my videos are up there, but subscribe, and then you can get onto our mailing list, so that way you get notified when I do new videos, which I do several a week. They apply to different situations. So just a reminder for that. Let me get some water here. Okay. Okay, here's a question. And hello to you, Vani. Your fiance from Nigeria received a verbal approval for the K1 interview December 29th. When we check the portal, it says application received. Yeah, they don't really update a whole lot. It hasn't been updated with the verbal approval. I wouldn't sweat it too much. I wouldn't be worried. December 29, it has been over a month. K1 visa is something that is supposedly not impacted by this pause. I know Nigeria is on that list. There might be some other, administrative things with the embassy. I wouldn't worry too much. You can always submit an inquiry when they don't have something online. You can ask. They might not respond to you, but you always have the right to ask for an update. Okay, so you're going to want to go to the embassy to do that. The embassy website, of course, to do that. And there's usually a public inquiry area where you can go ahead and ask them that question. Okay, so hopefully that helps. Okay, so Birmingham Jam asking, so documents Terry qualified on November 3rd of this past year for your wife in the Dominican Republic. You're a US citizen. Do I know what the interview wait times, more or less? I do not, off the top of my head, know what the processing times is for the Dominican Republic. I know that marriage-based U.S. citizens sponsoring, it is usually just, it's not a wait time per se. It really is it's just a delay in their ability to schedule things. I don't have a date off the top of my head that I could help you with that, Birmingham Jam. But you can always go and check. You can check the National Visa Center processing times on the Department of State, state.gov, or just do a Google search for processing times. My page, I do a sampling of different processing times. There's so many. I don't do all the countries, obviously, but if you go onto the website for Dominican Republic, they should tell you where they are in that processing time. If you need assistance, you can always reach directly to me. The information is at the bottom of my screen on Facebook and YouTube. Instagram, you can go to marvinlawoffice.com. We can post a link. If you direct message us, if you want an appointment, that's probably the easiest way to do it too. So you can direct message and we will get you an appointment to talk directly to me. And while I'm talking to you, I can look this stuff up for you. Okay. So reach out. Direct message is a good way to do that. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. And while I'm thinking of that, let me go ahead for Facebook and my YouTube channel. I can go ahead and put the link on there for you right now so you can reach out. But direct messaging is always a great way to reach out. Okay. Let's see here. Instagram. Let's see if there's any other questions for now. Let's see. Yeah. So F Sweener, you probably just heard me say that. If you want to talk to me about your case, direct message me, and then I'll have a member of my team get in touch with you. Okay, so we can help figure it out for you. Okay, let's see. We got a friend joining from Indianapolis. Thank you for joining from Indy. It's a cool town, and I appreciate you joining from Indy or Indianapolis. I don't know where you are in the state of Indiana, or yep, no, you are in India. Great, excellent. Okay, so let me go back over to YouTube, see what other questions we have here. Um, this is a question about the pause. And my friend, I know you were on here last week, and I appreciate you joining in again and asking your question. Let me go to your second question. So first of all, any positive news? I haven't heard anything about. So the question is, if you can't see on Instagram, any positive news regarding the 75 pause countries, like a lawsuit? I haven't heard of any lawsuits that are filed yet. Um, I haven't. There's a lot of things going on. This administration is doing a lot of things all at once. So people are tripping over themselves to figure out how to sue them for different things. I haven't heard anything yet. Um, all this horrible stuff that's happening in Minneapolis, Minnesota. There's lots of things that I think that there's probably going to be a whole bunch of lawsuits that are coming down the line. I haven't heard anything yet. Okay. So we're standing by, and when there are, believe me, I'm going to release that information on my channels and let you all know what's going on. Okay, here's a good question. Again, follow-up question to my friend. If you're applying for a tourist or student visa, what are the chances of getting that visa? And this is piggyback from the 75 banned country or pause countries. Excellent. Your chances are excellent. Why? Because these are not immigrant visas. Tourist visas or student visas are not affected by the pause. Fiancé visas, K-1 visas are not affected by the pause. So it's just green cards, people seeking legal permanent residency, either to enter the United States with a green card or here in the United States. Even if you are here, you are from one of those 75 countries, technically you're part of that pause, but that's only for those seeking green cards, okay? Which is good because my family, my in-laws, my suegros are from one of the pause countries, from Colombia. And thankfully, I'm going to be able to move forward with their tourist visa renewal. And I was very relieved to find out that they're not going to be paused or blocked from being able to come. So huge, huge difference. Okay. So let's see here. Okay, I'm reading this question. So here's a question. I don't like answering these questions. Okay. What form should I file to apply? No, I don't do that. You know why? Because this is not a safe time. And I'm glad you asked this question. This is not a safe time to be doing it yourself. DIYers under this administration is insanity. It's almost crazy to do it as a practitioner because of all the changes, because of all the ridiculous, arbitrary changes in views and opinions, and how many requests for evidence that are issued, all the trouble that people go through because of the current administration. This is not a time where you are going to want to do your own. It's just not worth it, because you know what? You spend time, money, and effort, and months and months and months go by, and you end up getting denied, rejected, or put on the back burner. I have people call me that watch this live, and they filed 2 years ago themselves, and they still don't know what's going on. Well, they came to me and they gave me a copy of what they filed, and I said, well, yeah, now I know why it's taken 2 years and you haven't heard anything, because this doesn't meet the requirements. It is a really, really bad filing. And I get that you want to, save money, and you think it's easy to do, but it's not. And I just want to steer people away from trying to DIY, if you don't hire me, that's fine. Find someone else, but don't risk doing it yourself because it creates a lot of issues and it's expensive. And if there are other immigration issues in your past, in your history and prior filings, all that can create major ripples and major problems as well. So you need to work with someone who knows how to do this and deal with the difficult government who is going to either do a request for evidence and expect the right information to be sent to them. So yeah, you get the message. Okay, so moving on from there, I'm not going to tell you what to file because that's the kiss of death to try it yourself. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so Vani, right? And it's my pleasure. Thank you for the compliment. They do have a passport, valid passport, so they can be just moving slower. I think that is the case. It happens a lot, and if you watch me and you release videos and I talk about how quickly I get approvals, it is a good thing, but you don't always get very quick approvals. It depends on how all the filings are done, but sometimes the different embassies take their sweet time. They don't care who you are, but it just depends. Okay. So Kevin is from, okay, South Korean. Okay, so Kevin, your significant other is from South Korea. You married in 2024 in Canada. Okay. That information might be helpful. I don't know if you're needing to reach out to me for something, but you have the link there if you want to. Otherwise, if I can help you in any other way, if you have a quick question, I can answer that. Okay. So again, this is one of my good friends, Von Carlo. Thank you for joining from British Columbia. Hopefully I can say that. Sorry if I can't, but always happy to have you here. It's a pleasure. You always have a very wonderful attitude, and you're a very nice person. So thank you very kindly for your warm greetings to me and everyone on my team. And I will tell them tomorrow when I get to the office. Okay, so I'm going to go to Instagram here in a second. I want to shout out a friend join us from Washington State. So thank you for joining from Washington State. Okay, okay. Let me go to Instagram. Hello, Patty CBC. Thank you for joining. You are a regular friend to our channel here and to this live broadcast, and I appreciate you joining. So thank you, Patty. Let's see here. Scrolling up because there's a number of people that have joined and asked questions. Let's see. 1 second, folks. Okay. So, Jassy, thank you very much for your support and your kind words. Appreciate it. Brought you, appreciate bringing my husband, me, and my sister. It's my pleasure. As always, tell your friends about me. That's the good Batman. It's not the best Batman impression, but tell your friends about me, and I'd be happy to help your friends and family as well. Okay. Okay. Here's a good question. My husband, and this is from Instagram. My husband is a green card holder, and my wife is in the U.S. on an overstay status. My husband is a green card holder. My wife overstayed. She's from Canada. She's okay. So, okay, I'm seeing here. Okay, my husband is a green card holder, and my wife. I'm a little confused by your comment here. Your husband is a green card holder, and your wife is in the United States on an overstay status. Okay. You have a husband and a wife. You get what I'm saying. I'm a little confused by that on Instagram. You can't see down here, sorry. But it's a little confusing. My husband is a green card holder. My wife overstayed in the US. Okay. If you can provide more information to clarify that, because I don't quite understand how you can have a husband and a wife. So please clarify that. It might be my mistake in reading it, and I apologize for that. But if you can elaborate, that would help. Okay. So, and I have, okay, and Patty's in Philadelphia. Thank you, Patty. Philly is another awesome city. Had a good time staying there a couple years back. So really cool city. I've got on Instagram someone asking for me to accept their requests. These days, with my bandwidth issues, I answer the questions if they're typed. I don't have a live people on the show at this point in time. So if you can type your question, this is USA KG USA. I could try to get to your question. Okay. Okay. Okay, and Patty, I'll answer your question here. Patty asks on Instagram, what do I think about the pause for some countries? How long is it going to last? I hope not very long. I hope this is just a scare tactic to get people to think about different aspects of how they've behaved historically. And again, the administration is saying that the pause for these countries relates to immigrant visas and people who are going to enter the United States and potentially go on public assistance, so become dependent on the taxpayer. And the administration doesn't want that. So if the administration sees that this is not going to be a threat or a worry, then they will stop doing the pause. What I think is going to happen, Patty, is that certain countries, the process goes all the way to the end, including the interview. Why do they do that? Well, they do that because I think on a case-by-case basis, they're going to decide whether they think that the person needs to be paused or prevented from moving forward, or maybe their sponsor has plenty of resources and they're not worried about it. So, Patty, I think that the pause is going to not last indefinitely, of course, and I think that they're just going to take people on a case-by-case basis. They don't tell you this stuff. That's just my understanding of government and what I think that they're trying to accomplish. Whether I like how they're doing it or not, I think that's probably what's going to happen. So case-by-case basis, okay? Okay, and 1 second here. Oh, okay, and my friend who had the husband and a wife says it's the autocorrect. Okay, makes a lot more sense. Your husband is a green card holder. You overstayed. You're from Canada. Canada's not. Oh, okay. So you're from Bangladesh. Okay. Now let me ask you. It's Pervin. Are you a citizen of Canada and Bangladesh? Okay. And you don't have to answer, but if you're still listening, if you're a country, if you are a citizen of two countries, your husband is from Bangladesh. Okay, you're from Canada. Okay, your husband is the U.S. citizen, so this doesn't apply to him. You are from Canada. You're a citizen of Canada. You don't have to worry. Okay, so Canada's not on the pause list. So your husband 100% can apply and go through the process for you. You are not going to be impacted by this pause at all. Okay, so if you have more questions, you can direct message and perhaps book a time to talk to me directly. Okay. Okay. Let me go down to my friends on YouTube. Okay, 1 second. Because man, we're getting close to the end. Holy cow! This time flies by with all these wonderful questions. Let's see. This is Spicy Gale's asking about the delay with biometrics. 6 months after applying for the T visa, the agent said that no biometrics is required, that my case would be completed by the end of July. Famous last words, apparently. You haven't received any biometrics in 6 months. So T visas, I don't do many T visas, so I don't have a very good sense on how long things are taking. I do know that it's hard to not point the finger at the government and say that they're all liars, when they say something and then 6 months later it still hasn't happened. I think it really is a crazy time because again, these employees of USCIS, they are bound by the protocols set in place by the current administration that is constantly changing. So their hands are tied a lot until they're allowed to move forward with things, and that usually creates a bit of a delay. There's not a whole lot you can do except wait to see things shake loose and move forward again. It is absolutely a test of patience and fortitude. So just do the best you can. You can always reach out to them and you can ask them for updates. You have that right. Whether they're going to give you a good answer, whether the answer is true or not, I don't know, but you always have the right to actually try, okay? Okay. Let's see here. I'm going to keep driving on for a little bit longer. This is a bit longer session than I've done in a while, but there's a few questions that I wanted to make sure I get to. Again, subscribe, right? Why do I tell you that? So that you guys come next week and I keep giving you more help with these things. I can't get to all these questions, but if you subscribe and I do a video, you can get notified of the video, and it just helps me reach more people with good information. Okay, so subscribe, okay. Okay, let's see here. Okay, another do-it-yourself question, which I'm going to skip. Again, oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, I got you. This is a follow-up again. You're asking about ways around the immigrant visa process. Yes. And I remember from the last week or the week before, yes, if you can get one of those other types of visas, student visa or tourist visa, then you can be, unified with your loved one while this pause is ongoing. Again, don't stop your process. Still file and still move forward with your immigrant visa. It's just that they may not approve it, but they will do everything short of actually giving you the approval until they make a decision on that. So it's always a good approach, is to do as much as you can so that you have everything done by the time that immigration finally lifts the pause. Okay. Lots of questions, lots of good questions. And Mountain Traveler Eddie, hello, my friend. Thank you for joining. I appreciate it very much. Yeah, and I know you're waiting on that approval, Eddie. March of 25. Yeah, what can I say? It's frustrating as heck. It's frustrating as heck, and I don't have anything intelligent to say about it right now, other than, maybe you can reach out using this link, so I can maybe help you figure out why it's taking a little bit longer. I don't know. These things are complicated to answer, to figure out. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. Okay, this is a good question. I'm going to get to it right now before I have to break in just a second. This is a question related to military parole in place. So thank you for your service. So Instagram, you can't see what I'm posting on Facebook and YouTube, but question is, hello, I'm currently an active duty service member. Thank you for your service, and wanted to help my wife using military parole in place. What would you recommend I do? 100% recommend that you do that. I'm helping clients too with a military parole in place. I've done it for many clients, and it is magic, right? A lot of it depends on the history. If there's difficult prior history that involves violations of immigration, prior deportations, can change things. But I absolutely recommend military parole place. It's one of the programs that hasn't really been attacked. because, again, it helps really support the military. It's not as much as the immigrant as it is the service member. So I do recommend it. I do a lot of them. I'm in the military. I'm in the Army. So you can reach out to me, and I would love to help you figure out this process for your loved one. You can reach out by the link that I already posted. So that's Edgar Hernandez. Please reach out to me. I really want to help you and your loved one succeed with this military parole in place. Oh, I'm sorry, that wasn't Edgar. Sorry, Edgar. This it's my friend fishing, my fishing friend. So definitely reach out to me. Okay, I want to help you. So reach out. So everyone, with that, let's see if there's anyone I missed that I wanted to say hi to. Okay, a lot of times I have some of my family and friends. I mean, you're all family and friends, right? But I actually do have family that joins. Usually my aunt, Tia, I call her, she joins, but I didn't see her tonight. But anyway, you don't want to hear about my family necessarily, but I appreciate everyone joining tonight. Don't forget to subscribe. So next week, Monday, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time or Detroit time, I'm going to be here again, and I'm going to talk all about things that will be happening to this week. I didn't talk about very much the horrible situation in Minneapolis. My heart goes out to family and friends of those who were affected by that. People shot and killed by ICE that were actually U.S. citizens. And it's just ridiculous. But anyway, I'm here for you if I can help you steer you in the right direction. Don't do it yourself. If you don't hire me, hire someone else. It's worth the time and effort and money to make sure that you don't create a problem that you can't get out of. You can't unring the bell, okay? But again, see you next week, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time or Detroit time. As always, stay informed, stay safe, and never give up on your immigration journey.